This is great. Is this from Asmon? I might have to switch screens here. Google gave up on being woke. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Let's see.
Google has decided to change their culture. Uh-oh.
Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai announcing this big company reorganization in a new memo, consolidating teams to help develop AI products more quickly. But he also hinted at a new type of workplace culture for Google. Deirdre Bosa has the details in today's Tech Check. Hey, Dee.
Thank you so much for that. And I don't believe this. You know, they're not going to just shift so easily. It's not going to be an easy shift for Google.
Hey, Carl, good morning. So let me give you a bit of context. Google has really been the poster child of cuddly tech culture, kombucha on tap, masseuses on staff. That's the softer side of it. But also, for many years, it tolerated an openness for employees to bring social, political causes to work, mix ethics and business. Its founding mantra, even in a big...
Because it never conflicted with their money. That's the reason why they did it.
Boom, because they thought they were making profits from it when they did it, because they looked like they were morally correct and responsible, and we all know how that ended up. It didn't make them money, so they're switching. The only reason they're not doing it because of any ethical reasons. They're only doing it because of profit. Go woke, go broke's a thing, man. And then they're like, oh, we don't want to be broke. Our shareholders won't like that.
It never got in the way of the money.
Example of this, don't be evil. But we are increasingly seeing a tougher Google and a tougher Sundar Pichai at the top, necessitated perhaps by this increasingly competitive race in AI. Pichai just sent a note to employees.
It's got nothing to do with AI. It's got to do with the fact that, well, actually, it does have to do with AI. That's actually not true. I think she's right. But I don't know if it's for the same reason that I'm thinking of. I think the reason why is because in order to be successful with using AI, you have to be unethical. And in order to do that, you don't want to have a business full of conscientious objectors. You don't want to have a business full of complainers. So, and also, like, they're doing business with, like, these companies or these countries.
You don't have to be a business and be unethical using AI, but most businesses will be unethical using AI. And that's kind of something I'm concerned about. It's something that Elon's voiced up against, which is interesting. I kind of like Elon's view about AI. He's very concerned about how it's going to be used and how it's going to evolve. But you don't have to use AI unethically. But unfortunately, these corporations are going to do it because it's going to make them more money.
He's like offering, like, helping, like, the Israeli military. Yeah, people are going to get pissed. And so it's not in their best interest financially to care about social issues right now. And so they just don't.
Outlining how he is going to streamline the business to simplify structure, improve velocity and execution. But the most interesting part of his memo that came at the end of it, he wrote, and I'm quoting him here, this is a business, not a place to act in a way that disrupts coworkers or makes them feel unsafe, to attempt to use the company as a personal platform or fight over disruptive issues or debate politics. And guys,
and that's what the CEO of Google said. And do you want to know why he said that? Because them doing that is causing him to lose money. That's the only reason. I hope this is a wake-up call and a reality check for all of these people that actually think any of these Silicon Valley, any of these companies that exist for the sole purpose of making money actually care about your little pet social issue. They don't give a fuck about that.
No, they don't.
They just want to make money.
He's absolutely
And because you're so stupid and you're so fixated on these little social issues,
there are so many people that are fixated on the political side of things, right? And these social issues. Like, to me, I'm you know, like, since when do businesses ever care about that? Who are the people that believe that they do? That's the thing that scares me. The people that believe that they do scare me even more than the corporations that pretend that they do. The people that fall for it are the ones that scare me the most.
They know that if they use those social issues, they can hoodwink you into giving them money. And that's why they do it.
This was a not-so-veiled nod.
They never cared. This was always their policy. It's just that it didn't need to be until now.
What happened earlier this week, a group of Google employees, they staged a sit-in across a number of Google offices, including one literally inside of Cloud CEO Thomas Kurian's office at headquarters. They were protesting a more than $1 billion Israeli government cloud contract. But instead of hearing them out or dropping the contract like Google did Back in 2018 with the Pentagon AI contract in response to employee blowback, Google instead nearly immediately fired nearly 30.
You know, like that's such a hot button topic. Like anything in the Middle East since I was a child. We're going way back. Anything in the Middle East has been a cauldron, a hot pot, just like a fucking disaster zone. Like any time you talk about the Palestinians or Israel or the Iranians or the Iraqis or, you know, like anytime you're talking about the Middle East, it's such a hot button topic. Why? Religion. There's so many different religious beliefs in the area. They're always fighting with one another. It has been the constant mainstay. But I'm telling you, with what I'm seeing out of Dubai right now, the technological leaps and bounds in Dubai, crazy what's happening in Dubai. Crazy.
The employees involved in
and
that.
I bet all the rest of them stopped doing that shit. You think they actually gave a fuck about Israel or about Palestinians?
Yeah, right, Limitless, right. Yeah. By the way, after talking about this and having the words YouTube and Palestinians and Israelis, and after having all these words in this, and when I release this to YouTube, Limitless is absolutely right. Limitless is saying Shadowban is going to love this conversation. Limitless, you couldn't be more right, dude. I love you, man. Call it in. Shadow ban me, daddy. Listen. This is always what happens. Every time I bitch about this to Christy all the time, you know, anytime I talk about YouTube or any hot button topic, dude, they just squash the algorithm. The YouTube algo comes in and just squashes me for about a month, man. I don't care. That's the greatest part about this channel. I don't care. The only reason I care about the views is because I want to grow the community. I want to grow the amount of people here. That's it. Other than that, F it. I'll talk about anything I want, however I want. Welcome to DG360.
Bro, some people today are so stupid.
Oh, wow, Father.
It's sad. Where do they come from?
Sit-in and Pichai's memo now underscoring this point that this is a business, i.e. don't bring your social causes to work. That's certainly a departure of the Google we've known for the last few decades. To further put this in context, look at Meta's announcements yesterday.
Here's the thing. I think we're seeing a lot of people turn on LGBT issues in America, which is a really bad thing. I'm a huge supporter of that. But I think that we're seeing a big shift. Big shift. And no, it's not. No.
You know, the thing with the LGBT community is like, I personally support them, but they're getting lumped in unfairly with the minority of the LGBTQ community that's like super loud and super extremist. And, you know, like I feel bad for the LGBT community for like the 2% of them that are like way out there, like with these crazy extremist views, you know? So like, that's unfortunately how humans kind of classify and lump things together. You know, they're like, oh, well, you know, this go woke, go broke movement, let's just tie that to the LGBTQ movement because it's easy to do. You know, that's what ends up happening. It's so crap. I'm so tired of the very black and white thinking that people get into. It's like there's a lot of gray in between. There's a lot of things to look at. Everybody just looks at the simple black and white, and they kind of make it the simplest thing for their brains to handle. And it's just so, I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it.
Y'all Am I the only one that's seeing this? Are y'all seeing this too, or is it just me? I'm seeing it too. Yeah, I'm seeing it. There's a big shift worldwide. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's not just me. Not everybody, but it's all right. I'm not crazy.
Minority.
I guarantee you that if the public sentiment against LGBT gets worse and it turns out to be like most people don't like it anymore, you know what you're gonna stop seeing? Rainbow Pride Month flags for all of these companies. They're just going to stop celebrating it. They're going to just stop doing it because it's not popular. They all just pander. Yeah, they don't really care about any of these issues.
Asmon's so right on this.
They would sell gay people out to people that want to stone them and execute them for money. And then after they did it and they made a lot of money, the shareholders would vote for them to do it again.
It is integrating its AI assistant into its family of apps. It also announced the arrival of Llama 3, the next version of its open source large language model. So goalposts here, they are shifting very quickly. And Google's
right. Red Bear, yeah. Like here's the thing. who cares what people do in their personal lives when it comes to sex, man? If dudes want to, dress up like women or, feel like they identify as a woman more, let them. If girls want to be with girls, let them. In fact, I encourage that the most. But, here's the thing. So what is it my business? Like, as long as, it doesn't affect me any, you know what I mean? It doesn't affect me.
Seems to understand that it needs to get its house in order so that it can keep up or take back the lead, which some feel that
exactly. Because the thing is, as I said, I think that in order to compete with AI, they have to do things that you probably shouldn't do. But the thing is that if they don't do it, another company will do it, and they will beat them. Nobody cares about how things happened. People only care that they happened. So if there's some Chinese company that doesn't give a fuck about any of this stuff, and they create a product that's way better, everybody's going to just go start using that one. Nobody's going to care about oh, but this is unethical. Nobody gives a shit. If they did, they wouldn't have been buying phones. They wouldn't have been buying the shirts for $6. Come on.
Given up. Now, how it impacts the financials, the stock, the race will be certainly playing out at the top and bottom lines of the mega.
No, if I was an investor, I would be happy. I would be happy because it shows that they're not going to let this shit get in the way.
I agree with that, man.
And they're going to do whatever it takes to make money. Absolutely.
Apps as we have been tracking, and in particular, I will be looking for more of this kind of commentary or hints of a tougher Google, a Google on the offense, which I've been talking a lot about. When it reports next week, it's Tuesday. Also, courts House.
The only one they're on the offense against is the public.
Its cash cow is being impacted by the competition. You can see on your screen, guys, we've got the Magnificent Seven coming up. It is going to be a very, very busy few weeks filled with lots of mentions on their AI strategies and monetization that could once again flip this race.
Yeah, I wanted to show that.
What's up, everybody?
Because I thought it was funny. I think that a lot of the people that work at these companies that think that there's some kind of good person for working at one of these companies, it's time for a reality check.
Yeah, reality
you were
check
never on anybody who you think is important side.
Yep.
You were just on the side of the company that it was convenient for them to be on your side at the time. Am I the only one that doesn't want the companies I buy from to have any influence or say in social medias whatsoever? I actually agree with you. I think that, and I've talked about this a lot. I even made a video about this, but I didn't talk about it directly. It was like a point in the video. Is that I actually really hate whenever companies get involved in social issues. The reason why I hate it is because it pollutes the social issue. It takes some sort of actual, real, legitimate social issue like racism, homophobia, like transsexuals,
Asmon's face,
religious freedom. I feel like these are some of the big ones, right? Maybe the way that crime is policed. And they take that issue and they pollute it with their own agenda, and they pollute it with their own skeletons in their closet and their own reputation. So now whenever you're thinking about, is pride good, you're thinking about the Target pride thing, and you're thinking about the Google pride thing, and then Target wasn't paying people a lot of money. And so it's like you have all these things that are getting infected, like they're basically a parasite on these social issues. They are literally a parasite. They use a social issue and they squeeze fucking money out of it while they are poisoning the social issue with their own fucking reputation. That's what's happening.
Wow.
I hate this shit. I absolutely do. Exactly. Wow. It's not the woke ideas that are bad in essence, just basic rights. Just too many hands are making them look idiotic. Well, it's the fact that these companies are usually doing it. And the problem is that also, there's charity washing, and there's a lot of terms for this. Like, for example, somebody does something really bad and then they go and they do something for charity, or they do something, for some other reason, or they try to do a good deed to erase the bad deed. And I think that companies do this in such a cynical way that it actually turns people against the social issues themselves. Yeah, it's effective altruism. Well, it's a conspicuous altruism. Can you blame them whenever social activists, what's this here? Social activists go to big companies for help to push awareness? Can I blame them? Yeah, of course I can blame them because they're doing it. Of course. The corporations wear social issues like a skin suit to keep the useful idiots consuming their products. I agree. It's a monumentally bad idea to tell young kids they're in the wrong body, psycho even. Well, either way, if it's a good idea or a bad idea, I don't want to hear about which one it is from Walmart.
I think we just end that there, man. He's 110% on the money, man. That's why I watch Asmon. He's 110% on the money. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need. I mean, business should never get involved in that stuff, man. Like, I don't need corpos telling me, you know, what's right and wrong. They'll do it just for their own pockets, to line their own pockets. That's all they'll do it for.